I just watched The Substance, and the first thing that I'll say is it's not for everyone. For the 90% of the people who are watching this video, I don't think this movie is for you. If you have any issues with body horror, even slight issues with body horror, don't watch this movie. I don't care what anyone says, it's not for you. But for the other 5 or 10% who like to take a few liberties with their film choices, who are open to new ideas, who are open to challenge themselves, The Substance is for you. The Substance is a challenging movie. Um, it's not challenging intellectually. It's not challenging in the way it's structured. I think the story and everything is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But it's challenging in terms of its visuals, where the movie goes. And I think that the movie is very meaningful as well. And that is what I took out from this movie, is the parallels to my life, to what I see around me, and the number of ways the movie says that without explicitly saying it. I love movies that certainly make a point without bashing you in the head. Now, I'm not saying that a movie does not have those over animated characters. Like, most of the white male characters are portrayed as evil dudes. But the same I could say about the protagonist herself. She's not an ideal person. She's not a perfect person. And when a movie portrays everyone like flawed, you can't target that movie saying that it is trying to make a message or something. This movie definitely is not that. This movie is much more layered. This movie is cranked up to 100 from start to finish, and there are over the top characters, but they fit the narrative, because the narrative is like that. It's the background score is amazing, just the vibe of the movie. It requires some over animated characters for our protagonist to flourish in this movie, and this movie is totally about Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, and they both play each other off beautifully. I don't want to spoil anything for the people who have not watched the movie. But again, the way they play off each other, and I want to say so much about it, and maybe I'll talk about it in a spoiler video or a deep analysis video that I also make in this channel, rather than giving my informal thoughts. But I think both of them are Oscar worthy. The only problem that I have is that I think they are trying to push Demi Moore as a lead actress, while she's the lead, I don't think it's her movie. I do think it's a partnership between Demi and Margaret, but I'm really not sure how that will go. But that's a side topic. The movie is excellent. I love this movie. It's a movie that I think it's made for me. I did have some problems with the movie, especially with some of the character choices. But I again thought about certain things. Like, I know that if I was in the position, I wouldn't do that. But do I know that some people would do that? I definitely think, especially some flawed people. Some people who are fucked up will definitely go and do those things that happens in the movie. And that's why I think the movie works in the end. Like I said, there are instances where I question the character choices, and that is a big down for any movie, when I just question what's happening on the screen. And there are some plot conveniences as well, but those are so minimal, especially when you consider the overall experience of watching this movie. Those are very minute. So if you are a person who maybe watches some of those Korean movies, who maybe watched a movie like Old Boy and loved it, and they weren't disgusted by the ending, those people, I do recommend, please watch The Substance and also support it. This is not an Oscar movie. It does not have the wide appeal that will propel it to get Oscar nominations. Maybe Demi Moore, let's see, fingers crossed. I do hope that she gets in, but again, it's wishful thinking. If Toni Collette did not get nominated for Hereditary, I don't think Demi Moore has a shot with this movie. But again, anything can happen, and I really love this movie. I can't wait to talk about it in the spoilers review section that will come out. It will either be a spoiler review or it will be an analysis video. And yeah, again, I do recommend this movie, but if you are the target audience, any cinephile who likes to challenge themselves, maybe you never watched body horror, it's totally fine. As long as you want to challenge yourself by watching a movie. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me, guys. See you in the next video.